Hello. Hi everyone. A very good evening. Welcome to another answer session. And again today I will be discussing any kind of live questions that you have. And yeah, I'm happy to answer all CAT preparation questions as well because I understand that that is something which is really critical right now because of course the exam is nearing. Anything apart from that as well, because a lot of people have asked me what happens after CAT or how is life at MBA, etc. So in case you want to know about that, just so that you have enough motivation, or if you are in MBA college, that is also something that you can ask me for. And I believe that a lot of people did ask me about VARC specifically. So I will also try to answer that a little bit. For sure, I have made quite a few videos about VARC now. I have made a video about English in general and about VARC as well. So I would totally advise you to first give those and just get an idea of what I have been trying to say and see if that is something that interests you. Okay, so very quickly about VARC, I will give a few tips. There are a few points where people face issues. Either their accuracy is too low or their number of attempts are too low. Almost all of this happens either because you are hurrying up too much or because your speed is low, probably in reading, probably in comprehension or something like that. Okay, so talking about, firstly, say if your accuracy is low, you need to see whether this is because you are trying to speed things up, if you are trying to in general just hurry up in reading the passage, etc., whether this is happening because of that or this is happening because of your comprehension level in general. Okay, so that you need to figure out. If this is happening because you are just trying to hurry up, then probably you know the answer. Try to spend a few seconds extra for each question or passage, and by doing that, automatically your accuracy should be improving a little bit. Okay, and apart from that, if your comprehension is low, then I would strongly advise you to try doing some basic level RCs a lot. And after you do a few RCs, after that you will become a little bit more confident, and then probably your overall comprehension will improve and hence accuracy will improve. Okay, so this is something that I would like to say for accuracy part. Now if suppose your speed is low, okay, so your speed might be low because again your reading speed might be low, or overall your comprehension speed might be low. Now this can also happen due to a few reasons. Probably your English language in general is not that great, so for that it requires kind of a long term improvement. Of course you can try reading up a lot, but then you need to definitely put in a lot of time. Okay, so do try to put in a lot of time in your English language in general, and try to read a lot. Along with that, along with reading, give at least same amount of time to your preparation also, as in 2 RCs as well individually. Okay, so that is something that I would generally advise. In VA specifically, for example, in para jumbles and things like that, of course it becomes difficult because they are difficult. As I said, the normal accuracy is around 50-60% only. So if you are attaining around 60-70, then do not worry too much about them. But if not, I would advise just like for 3 days to do 2 hours of VA only. Okay, and do timed practice at that. If possible, if you have like online resources to do that, that is even better. So you can just do that. And yeah, I think that is mostly it. Now I will just start taking questions. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so just starting with the first question, which is any tricks for para summary, please. Okay, so for para summary, as I've already told, like there's no trick per se, But I think that you really need to, so what you have to do in para summary is essentially take out what was your overall crux, right? So you have to take that essential crux out. Now that you can practice either by probably reading newspaper editorials and trying to write their summary and all, or you can just do by writing by practicing a lot of para summary questions. For this, your comprehension should be good, because every single word that comes in the para summary, the para summary answer needs to somehow relate to the overall paragraph. Okay, so just see that. Now the next question is by Pradyuman. Yeah, hi Shivam, hi Pradyum. You're saying my RC accuracy is too low, please tell. So as I said about RC accuracy beforehand, that is something that will take some kind of hit because of probably your comprehension level or your speed. But I would believe that I had created a video on just solving your VARC doubts, so that you can see in the CAT preparation playlist. You can just look at that playlist, and I just recently, I think 1, 2, 3 weeks back, I gave that video. So you can look at that video. Also guys, I hope you know I have just collated all of my links, like my YouTube links, my Quora links and everything, and I have put them out on my website. My website link is also there in the description. So in case you are finding some problem in finding some particular resource, that is really a good way to look at it. Over there you can find everything. I've currently just tabbed them into CAT preparation, career progression and productivity enhancement. But of course, as soon as more videos come, I will do further bifurcation. Okay, so yeah, Pradyum, I would advise you to look at that video specifically. And if you think that you still feel like you require some basics strategy, then I had also created a VARC video. You can also look at that. Okay. Hi Aditya, you're saying I've just passed 12 with 78%. Please give tips to crack CAT after BBA. Okay, so CAT after BBA is like at least 3 years away, right? So you have just completed 12th. I would in general advise you to, at least for the first year, try to focus and try to concentrate on your BBA, in this condition BBA, your undergraduate skills. Okay, that ways you will be scoring better in your undergrad, which is something that I think you require because your 12th score is not that great. So you should focus on your BBA for the first year, and from second year you can probably start taking some tips. So I had given a video on when CAT is like 1 year away. So for now it is for CAT 2021. So you can start preparation from that, and then overall take the overall strategy videos. Okay. Hi Vanshika, you're saying, is MBA Indian B school based on more theoretical rather than practical knowledge? No, I don't think that that is the case. B schools in India have a lot of practical application in terms of we give a lot of presentations. Sometimes, of course, we have a lot of case study opportunities in our college, and these case studies come from like existing firms. Okay, so sometimes these firms also tend to use whatever ideas we give them in case studies in their overall marketing plan, etc. So I think that it is not really theoretical. There are definitely a lot of opportunities. It depends on the students whether they just want to do like book study or they want to go out as well. In IIM Ahmedabad, at least, we had case study based studying. What that means is that we had like a kind of incidents from different firms. So what are the issues that they faced, what were the dilemmas or decision making points that they faced, and how really would we think about it now today. Okay, so I think that these things together would probably answer that it is not really just theoretical. MBA is kind of meant to be used directly in later on in your corporate career, right? So that is why it cannot really just be theoretical. Okay. Hi Ayush, you're saying is work ex around 30 months when joining IIM a disadvantage? No, not really. I don't think that. I think around 24 to 30, 32 months is kind of really good work experience in general. And the ideal is of course 2 years, but 30 months should also be good. I don't think it has any negative. Okay. Hi Vinay. Uh, oh, thank you for the amazing compliment. Thanks a lot. You just, thank you very much. Uh, Hi, Shuchi Smith. You're saying, does having more than 2 years of experience affect placements at B school? So, as I was just saying, not very much, but I think if you have quite a bit of work experience, people like market you are once you've completed 2 years. So, that is that. Hi Devika, you're saying I am a BCom student and currently I am doing my final year. 1 second. Yeah, final year, and also I'm preparing for CAT 2020. I'm struggling with quants and parajumbles. Please tell me on how to improve it. Okay, so parajumbles I've already discussed in the starting of the video. Okay, apart from that, quantitative ability now is the time that there are not much days left, right? So now is the time that you identify what topics you are really weak in. Suppose geometry as a whole you are not really strong in, okay? So then that is something that you can totally just go ahead and spend 3-4 days just in geometry, revise all the kind of formulae that you have, etc., and directly just solve a lot of questions for geometry. I think that that is the option left right now, and of course do all the practice with quantitative ability. I mean, do all the practice with the timer as timer itself. Okay, so that ways you will be speeding up as well as learning. It's difficult right now, but I think that yeah, that is it. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Hi Vanshika, you are saying any suggestions whether to do MBA from abroad or India? I'm a little confused. So MBA abroad or India, I had taken up this topic, and I think 3-4 weeks back, some asked Chhavi, some again answer session. But the major crux is that where do you essentially want to stay for the coming short term future, right? So if you do MBA from India, you will definitely get a job in India and you can stay here for a while. And if you want to go to abroad for just getting some experience, I think most of the firms, most of the MNCs do provide that option. Okay, so that kind of option you can get. If you choose to do MBA from abroad, then the only thing is that you would tend to get kind of you tend to get it is a little bit more expensive, so you tend to stay there for at least 3 or 4 years to cover up with the loans that you have taken, because the earnings are also in similar amount. So you tend to stay there for a while, and after that you can of course choose to come to India after 5-6 years. So that is the kind of decision that you have to make. Of course, it is dependent on you whether when do you want the experience of abroad or of India and things like that. I think that apart from that, of course, Europe's culture, Europe's work culture in general is a little bit chiller as compared to India and America. But I think there's no major difference per se. I think that Indian MBA are of course recognized elsewhere, and if you take admission to take a job in any of the Indian firms, then you will definitely get an opportunity to work abroad, most likely if you are in MNC. Okay. Um, Hi Manikanta, you're saying I am distance degree student of BA. My 10th is 97, 97, 75. What percentile I need to get a call? See, I cannot say what percentile you need, but I think that because you are a BA student, I think that above 95 should be good, because your 10th and 12th is also good. Okay. Hi Aditya, I've answered your question. Hi Vijay. Oh, thank you for asking. Vijay is asking how was my day. So basically my day was a little bit hectic today, because in the morning I got up early. I had to do a webinar with Jain University, and that went really well. I think we spent more than an hour in that. After that, I tried to avoid sleeping during the day, because I'm very soon starting my job wherein I won't have the luxury to do this anymore. So I tried to do that all day. I just went out with my father for some errands, and yeah, I was just chilling a little bit with my family and all. But yes, I was feeling very sleepy. But I was totally excited for this session. That is why I ensured that I stay as fresh as possible. So that was how it went right now. Now I think that I will be having some really amazing cuisine dishes because Shashank and my mom will be preparing that. So that is something I'm looking forward to right now. And thanks for asking. Hi Purva, you're saying can we do MBA after corporate law? Yeah, I hope that you mean something like you're studying from NLU or someplace. Yes, I think you can totally do that. We had two or three, I think we had three or four people in our batch who did something like that. So yeah, I think that that should be fine. Hi Mohammed, you're saying how to practice quant daily. I think there are tons of questions. You can either take refresher books, you can or otherwise you can just take like these different coaching institute material and all of that. And that should be good enough. I think if you try to practice at least 1 2 hours, then I think that that should be good enough based on what percentile that you have. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Um, Hi Bishal, you are saying did you appear for time mocks? Yes, of course I did appear for time mocks. I have actually also given my entire repository on a Pagal Guy answer. Yeah, Pagal Guy is a forum for MBA things. And I think that in one of the Quora answers also I had given like my entire graph of how my percentile and percentage went in all the on the three different sections. And again, the resource of at least the Quora answer is there on my website. So in case you want to look at that, it's also there. Hi Pradyum, you're saying my AIMCAT score in VARC is not increasing. Well, your AIMCAT score in VRC not increasing. Are you like doing something that is totally, how are you totally trying to improve your VRC score? Are you analyzing the section properly? Are you trying to improve it? Are you reading everything? I think that these are the different things through which you can increase your score. Hi Yogesh, you're saying would you recommend more reading or solving more RCs? I think now is the time that I would recommend solving more RCs because more reading would definitely have helped till now just to improve your English overall so that you automatically become better in reading comprehension and everything. But I think now it would be something that is more RCs so that your comprehension can increase overall so that you can practice it along with the timer and everything. Okay. Hi Augustus, you're saying scoring around 98.5 in mocks, unable to move ahead, how to improve accuracy in DILR and quantitative ability, silly mistakes happen. Yes, I think silly mistakes are like a very big devil for someone who is above 95 at least. And this is a really good question because I also faced this. And I believe that something that I did was I tried to pay a little bit more attention to what really the question was asking. Okay. So now that way is what happened is that I spent a few more seconds on the question and that was kind of the only thing. So I spent a few more seconds reading about the question, what exactly it meant, what exactly it was asking, and what was it really that I was solving. Sometimes what happens when you are doing quantitative ability and sometimes when they're easy questions, what you tend to do is you tend to assume a few things just automatically, unconsciously, and hence you solve it and give the answer. While if you pay a little bit more attention, if you are a little bit more focused, you will be able to answer it correctly. So you know it, but you are just doing it incorrectly, unconsciously. So you have to be conscious at that moment. Okay. Um. Yeah. Okay. Hi Vanshika. You are saying 1 second. I lost it. Yeah, you're saying I'm not sure that I really want to do MBA or not because I'm not sure about job after MBA, whether I like that or not. Any suggestions? So what other option do you have? If you have a good enough career right now, if you have say an option of just working right after undergraduate college, then I think that is one option you can take. I have actually created a video on whether or not to do an MBA. You can again find it in the CAT preparation or the quick guidance video playlist. And from that video, you can kind of get why is it necessary to do an MBA, or why is it necessary for you, or why does it make sense for you to do an MBA, right? So it should essentially make sense for you. If you feel that your career can progress without MBA, and if that is something that is good enough for you, then that is great, right? You don't really need to put pressure on you and go ahead and do an MBA. But if you feel that, this is not something that is sufficient for me, I need to get a better degree, I need to get a faster career progression and things like that, then probably MBA is something for you. Okay. Hi Vijay, he's saying few people would score more than 90 percentile without any preparation, while others with enough preparation do end up below 90. Why is this difference? Very good question. I have answered this question on Quora. So one, you should definitely read that. Again, you'll find it through my website. Secondly, the reason that this happens is, for example, suppose you are good in music, okay? Now, there are people who are generally good in music, right? So suppose you are just good in music, you're good in singing, you can play a few instruments as well. But someone like me is really bad at music, okay? Even if I practice like for 1 or 2 or 3 months or even 6 months, I will not become as good as you are, right? And that is something, that kind of talent you have inherently in you, okay? Now just consider that musical talent, now consider the aptitude talent. Some people in general have that aptitude in them. And for students, sometimes if they work for six months, then also they cannot reach that level as a person who will just work for a week and get that aptitude. So just try to understand this analogy. It's a little bit easier when it comes to a talent like music, dance, singing and things like that. It becomes easier to understand that, but the same is difficult to understand for aptitude or things like that in general. So try to think of it that way. That is why it's easier for few people. I have known people for the first time, they gave the exam and they get like 99. So I know people like that also. And I know people who have worked for like 2-3 years, even from IITs. They have worked for 2-3 years, but still not being able to get into IIM ABC, right? So I think that this is something which definitely has a factor of coming inherently. But I think this can change through practice, through consistent practice, and yeah, I think that is something which will totally work on this. Okay, so great question. Hi Dinesh, you're giving me a 10th percentage. Just try to write the whole question together. Hi Shiva, you're saying mock scores are fluctuating. Could you please tell me how to maintain consistency in percentile score? So you have to see this on every section basis. Like, is this happening only in VARC? Is this happening only in LRDI or things like that? In VARC, it generally happens because when the topics of mock are not same. So when the topics come which are of your interest, you tend to score better. But when topics are there which are totally out of your interest, which you do not feel like reading, then of course your score becomes less. Okay. In LRDI, again, it can happen. I mean, at least the score can change upon the level of difficulty, or it can also happen due to the level of familiarity. So if you have done a specific type of questions a lot, you will be more familiar, you will be more confident, you will do them quickly, and that is why it happens. So just see that where the exact problem lies. Okay. Hi Vaibhav, you're saying today our society always talking about study and institute like IIM and IIT, and why is our society not talking about sports, dancing, arts, etc.? Because all students are struggling. I think this is a very relevant question, and frankly, I will give you an answer to this. Why does this happen? This happens because earlier, in like 1-2 generations back, there was a stability when you had studied really well. So it was very, very stable for you. The way you could get a job and you could always stick to that job. Government jobs, they can never really fire you, right? So these are the kind of jobs that used to stay with people for forever. So that is why there was a lot of stability. However, I understand even today, at least in India, there's a lot of mindset of people should be studying all the time. But I think this has been changing since quite a few years. I have known people to become event planners, to become fashion designers, to become just digital marketers in general, or go into sports, become chefs, etc. So this is opening up, but this will take time, because as we see more and more stable jobs in these, in these fields as well, then only people will become more and more comfortable with sending their kids, or even themselves, even students themselves will become more comfortable in taking up these kind of jobs, right? So that is why it happens, but I think that soon it is going to change, especially with like our new education policy, which would allow us to take a mix of subjects, so that probably you can do a PhD in psychology, and that can also be a great job. Okay, so I hope that that helps you. Hi Ananya, you're saying you have mentioned in many videos that you were in the placement cell of IIT Delhi for 3 years. Yes, I was. Can you please make a video or answer here on how to approach companies for your college? Excellent question. I think that majorly, I mean, we were able to do, what we did was that we had a list of companies which used to come to similar colleges. For example, say IIT Bombay, it used to come. Okay. Just one second. Yeah, so IIT Bombay, this particular company used to come, but it did not come to our college. So what we did was that we tried to find these companies, identify these companies, and then see that how we can approach them. Either we got contacts through some colleges, etc., or we tried to just cold call. I have done so much pitching. I have like contacted the HR 100 times, and even then they would not reply. And I think that issue happens. The only thing is that you should have a consistent format of why you want to invite them, what kind of students you have to offer. Something that I totally learned from IIM placement cell was that they used to send kind of a portfolio book for students. So they used to take out, like they used to give, ask every student to give a two-liner about himself or herself, and then they used to mask it a little bit and just send to the companies that these are the different profiles of students that we have, and if you are interested in any of them, you're welcome to come. So that totally, I think that is something that you can try as well, and that would really help, because they would understand, what kind of firms are coming. Hi Dinesh, you're saying 10th is 83%, 12th 90.20, BSc 60.3 from DU, and also part of Debating Society eCell. Also read 137 books. Is my profile good enough for ABC? I think your 10-12 score is good. Your BSc score is slightly low. It's okay, you are part of Debating Society, eCell, etc. These things matter a little bit less. And reading 137 books is good, but I don't know how you will try to. You can probably bring it up in the interview, but apart from that, it is a little difficult to bring this up. Yeah, I think that is mostly it. I think again it depends on what is your CAT score. Hi Shaurya, you're saying, can you please talk about ways to improve the LRDI scores? I saw your marks repo and your LRDI scores were just amazing. Well, yes, thank you. I think that initially, as I mentioned in my in my entire journey video, is that initially I was facing some issues with LRDI just because of lack of confidence. And once that came, I think that LRDI was something that came kind of naturally to me, because it was mostly aptitude, and it was something that, those logical reasoning questions, I had done quite a few when I was preparing for NTSE as well. So that was one exam that helped me over there. I think that one way you can do it is, of course, you will have to practice a lot, but once you are done with basic LRDIs, I would advise you to just try to do them in 8 minutes. What it essentially does is that it essentially puts a lot of pressure on your brain to do these to make these simple logical deductions very, very quickly. And that is why they help in difficult LRDI sets. Because if you make these simple deductions very quickly, then the set which requires you to make multiple deductions, that also you will be able to solve in a quicker manner. So I think that is one advice you can probably take. I think again, guys, there I have a resource which you can use for practice very much, and it is, of course, it is a daily test series by Unacademy. It is known as T20 test series. So that is something, in case you want to look at it, it will again give you a lot of different questions to practice in general. So, and analysis is also provided by them. So that is something that you can totally look at, and I would advise you to do that. I'll just post the link in description below so that it's easier for you guys to go ahead and look at it. And I will just share it a little bit on the screen as well, if that is possible right now. Just give me 1 second. Um, yeah. So, yeah. So this is the test series that I'm talking about. Okay. Are you able to see this? I'm not sure. Okay, never mind. So basically this is, I will put the link in description and you can look at the test series and just try to give it. It is just like another kind of resource that you can look at for solving CAT related questions every single day, because it will in general help you. And as a lot of people are asking what are the sources, new sources for quantitative ability, quantitative ability, verbal ability and everything, then I think this is one resource that you can again use. Guys, just let me know in case you are facing any issues with the video, etc. I will try to make it work. Yeah. So yes, so this was the link I was talking about. I've just put it in the description as well. Okay. So I hope that this helps you. Now coming back to your question, Neeti, you're saying, can you please suggest book for RC practice for CAT? So as I said, I just gave you out one resource. So I hope that this helps you. Otherwise, you can of course look at any kind of different books that are out there. I mean, you can look at refreshers, you can look at any institute's material that you have and try to just do it continuously, okay? If you are solving like at least 5-6 RCs every day, then automatically your score is bound to increase if you analyze it properly. Again, very, very important is you know, that analysis of mock tests, and try to do that through the video that I have given of analyzing mock tests. I have also an answer on Quora about it, so in case you want to read it and not watch the video, you can look at that as well. It is all there on my website. Hi Kartike, you are saying 10th 74.83, 12th 60, UG 80. How much percentile is safe in CAT to get IM or FMS or IIT Bombay? Okay, very specific question. Frankly, I think that 10th and UG is fine. 12th is a little bit low. You know, I have like one CAT predictor and a score and, you know, shortlist predictor kind of a thing. So you can just look at my website. You can book a slot through there, and in case you want like detailed analysis like this, for sure you can connect with me. Hi Shashwat, you're saying my score is dropping in mocks. Okay, score is dropping does not give me enough information. As I was saying, it will, you know, kind of, you have to tell me, either you can like book a personal session with me, or you have to tell me what really is happening in which section. And again, as I have given you answers about how to analyze mocks and all, you can also pinpoint and identify the exact problem as well. Okay, so try to do that. Hi Neeti, I have answered your question. Hi Bala Sundar, you're saying how should I, okay, I lost it. 1 second guys. Yes, Bala Sundar, your question is, 1 second here. How should I revise for quant? Should I solve quant questions from various mocks or solve questions chapter wise? I think if you are not weak in any particular topic, or if you are generally, you know, getting good marks in your quantitative ability in your mock, just revising it through doing mocks again, the questions that you got incorrect or you did not attempt, revising it through doing those questions only should work for you. So good luck for that. Hi Virish, you're saying it is good to take CL night classes of 1 year duration. Which online coaching will be good for CAT? So in general, all the top coaching institutes are good enough for CAT, but I think for sure, I mean, obviously, it depends if you want to take night or you want to take weekend or something like that, okay? Hi Sudhir, good evening. Hi Ayushi, good evening. Hi Yash, you're saying struggling with arithmetic, please suggest how to improve. you need to, like, again, go to the basics, start with the basic, probably go to NCRT, probably go to Arun Sharma, and just directly go to the basics if you have to. um, Hi Sudhir, you're saying please tell me LRDI strategy. So as I said, I have created a video on LRDI strategy. uh, and I mean, that is one video you can for sure look at, and you will kind of get an idea of the overall LRDI preparation strategy. Apart from that, in my CAT preparation, in my CAT journey video also, I have told what were the things that I did for LRDI. And yeah, I think that that is something you can for sure look at. That is the overall LRDI strategy. LRDI mostly requires practice, and it requires kind of, a lot of mental ability. Hi Arushi, you're saying how can we revise quant all chapters? How can we revise LRDI? LRDI, I mean, there's no specific syllabus. So instead of revising, I think it's better to analyze questions and do new questions. For quant, I just told you guys that, it's a better idea to go back to all the mocks. If your percentile is good enough, go back through all the mocks, look at the questions you did wrong, and ensure that you do them correctly this time. I think that in case you guys want, I can, like, in 1 or 2 weeks give out a good video on how to do revision overall, and that should help you maybe. So just let me know if that interests you. You can let me know via Telegram group, via comments on this video or any other video, and I will take care of that. Okay. Hi Gaurav. Hi Divesh. You're saying I've been following you at Quora YouTube. I once texted you in Quora in 2018 and you replied and helped me out with mock strategies. That's the best thing which differentiates you. Wow, thank you so much, Devesh. That's a lovely compliment. And yeah, thanks a lot for that. Hi Gautam, you're saying I'm consistently scoring around 90 percentile in AIMCAT for CAT. I am not good in decision making in ZAT. How should I improve this? I think that you should firstly focus on CAT. Get that 90 percentile to around 96, 97 percentile, and that will be a good idea. And then later on, through that, you can either get into decision making, or after CAT, you have around a month for ZAT. So you can focus on that particular section at that time. Okay. Apart from that, VARC and everything is similar, so you can just try to focus just on CAT for now. Hi Bishal, you're saying your IMA fees is fully supported by bank loans. Yes, it was. I think that one term fee I gave on my own because I was working for 2 years before going into IMA Ahmedabad. So I had some savings, but apart from that, I definitely took loans. Hi Augustus, you're saying what is ideal for daily practice? One entire past year mock solving every day. Sometimes I feel I'm out of touch of some topics and under practice despite writing 2 mocks every week. So apart from writing 2 mocks every week, what is the thing that you can do, right? From once you write the 2 mocks, ensure that you are analyzing those 2 mocks properly. Once you analyze them, you should be able to identify that probably I'm not so good in paragymnals, or I'm not so good in geometry, or I'm not so great in like big data questions or things like that, right? So once you identify that, it's a good idea to go to intermediate level sectional tests and then try to give those a lot, okay? So when you give these type of sets a lot, I think that that is one way of identifying that, and improving overall, so that in the next mock score, you are totally improving, okay? Hi Mohammed, you're saying one more question. Almost basics will be done by this month last, and from October should we focus on more question from previous paper or focus on mocks? Previous papers you should for sure do, at least like last 3-4 years papers. I think 19, 18 and 73 papers are out in the public domain that you should for sure do as a mock test. But apart from that, of course, invest time in mocks, like try to give at least 2 mocks every week, and that is something that you should try, okay? Okay. Hi Sakshi, you're saying what is the mock score? What if the mock score are in zigzag pattern but progressive? I think identify why they are going in zigzag. It's good that they are progressive, which is a very good sign. But see what is happening wrong in that particular mock, which is dipping, and just identify, the major problem that is happening. Maybe your surroundings are not that good, maybe the timing of the mock is not that good, and things like that. There are a lot of external factors also, right? Hi Shweta, you're saying can I get into 86 and 76 10 12? Might be possible in C. I think it's not that tough over there. You have to get a really good CAT score, and also your undergrad score should be very good as well. Hi Mannat, you're saying, um, hi Mannat, you're saying my quant score in mocks has reached a plateau of 50-60 and is not increasing. What do I have to do to increase the same? Just 1 second, I think I seem to have lost data. Hello? Yeah, okay. This is better. Yeah, so Manat, answering your question, you're saying they've reached a plateau of 50-60. So if they're not increasing, you need to identify in which section, which particular section it's not increasing. See guys, what you have to do is identify the exact problem that you are facing, right? So you need to go down to the particular section, to the particular topic, to the particular type of questions that you are getting wrong or unable to improve in. Okay. So I think that that is something that you will have to go to, because if your scores are plateauing, that means that you are essentially, not being able to either improve or not being able to identify your overall weak points, which you should improve. Hi Shreya. You're saying, I feel nervousness and anxiety in front of people. How should I improve this? This feeling is killing me like hell. That's why I'm feeling cat is not my cup of tea. So nervousness and anxiety is something totally different if you're feeling this in front of people, right? Um, I think I'm again facing lags. This is not something that I would expect. But guys, I hope that you are able to at least get what I am saying. So, yeah. So if you're facing nervousness and anxiety overall, I think that that is not really an issue with CAT, because CAT exam is, firstly, it's like an individual exam and it is a computer based exam, right? So that is one thing that, I mean, I do not understand the linkages. Probably you are having some issue with doing MBA later on, etc. But another good thing would be to gain that level of confidence, gain that level of, in yourself, just gain that level of self-confidence so that you do not face these nervousness and anxiety in the first place, right? So just see if that would be possible, okay? Mm. Yeah. So Hema, answering your question, you're asking, hi Chhavi, I watched your mock analysis video, but I'm still taking a long time to analyze a mock. I take like a whole day in analyzing in a single mock completely. I feel it's a waste of time. So why do you think you are facing, like, you are requiring an entire day for the mock? I mean, this should not really ideally be the case. Is it because a lot of questions are incorrect, or is it because you may be spending more time in solving those questions? So one way I used to analyze mocks was that whatever question is wrong, I would try to do that question in the time limit. So if it is quantitative ability, I would do it in 1.5 or 2 minutes. If it is something else, then I would, according to the section, I would spend that amount of time. So try to do that, and in that time, if you are unable to solve that particular question, then I think just looking at the answer or the solution is the best way. So do not spend like tremendous amount of time in identifying or solving or analyzing a mock. So analysis should ideally not take more than 3 or 4 hours at maximum. 3 hours also if you are like doing all the questions wrong. So that is something that you should keep in mind, okay? Do not just give 1-2 hours for one question. Hi Ayushi, yeah sure, go ahead, ask your question. Hi Shiva, you're saying I'm getting around 95 percentile, how to improve DILR score which is around 30, any suggestions? As I said, in DILR you require a lot of practice, and I think that something, as I gave an example, there's this T20 series by an academy which is daily test series, which is something that you can do, and you can give the look at the analysis as well. So try to give this. It is there till October 4, so you will get a lot of new answers, lot of new tests, lot of new questions. So you can just look at those questions and probably you will be able to improve. The only solution for LRDI is a lot of practice, guys. Okay, I will again post this on YouTube community. I'm not able to show the image right now, but the link is there in description. Okay. um Hi Tripti, thank you so much for your compliment and thank you for being here. Hi Nishant, you're saying, do I need to register our NGO to get extra points in IIMs for my profile? You essentially do not get any extra points for profile per se. As I said, that it is very, very objective at the time when you get a call at least. And later on, it will depend on how you speak to the overall, how you just speak to the interviewers, etc. Right? So that is the way it will go. I think there's no like in kind of nothing. It is only the interview that matters. Okay. Hi Gaurang, you are saying in third sem I have left one exam, health issues and failed. Fourth sem didn't happen. Scores were given based on previous sem. Can grad score be changed at IIM interview? Yes, most likely they will be changed at least this year. We were allowed to change the number of months of work experience during IIM interviews for us, and I think that that is something that you can definitely change later on once everything is completed, because due to COVID, a lot of things have stopped, right? Hi Ayushi, you are saying I have an issue with speaking. It is not an issue with language. I just want to speak fluently and fast like you do, which I don't. Due to this, I also face issues in current job. How to improve on that? Good question. I had created a video on public speaking, and I think that is something you should totally watch, and that will kind of give you an idea of what really it is to speak fluently and how really you can go about it. You should totally watch that video. If you are good in English, then you can totally go ahead and watch it, because it will directly help you in speaking very, very fluently. So I hope that helps you. Hi Omkar, you're saying hello Chhavi, what do you think about difficulty level of AIMCAT and SIMCAT? So I majorly gave AIMCATs only. I did not think that they were very, very difficult, but from what I have heard from people, these can get like insanely difficult, and they kind of are a little bit more difficult than the CAT, CAT around whatever the CAT difficulty level is. So probably that these are a little difficult, but I don't think that there's any issue in solving these. Yeah, either of them is fine. Hi Shiva, you're saying my favorite B school is IMB. CATs are 82, 84.5, 72. Heard that IMB has highest weightage for CATs. Yes, IMB has highest weightage for CATs, and because your bachelor's is not that great, probably you will have to score really, really well in your CAT score. Okay. Hi Weber, we are saying I'm a sports person, not afford my exercises like diet and training. Please give sponsorship if you are affordable. If you can afford. I don't know what you're really asking for. If you're asking for like some kind of sponsorship for your exercise and diet and training, I think that you should contact the relevant department, sports department of your institute, or you can just try to start a fundraiser for yourself, because I mean, right now I am yet to start my job, so it's a little bit difficult for me to sponsor other things. Hi Manan. You're asking me how to improve VARC. So VARC, as I said, I have mentioned a lot of tips in the starting of the video, and also I have two videos per se specifically for VARC, so you can go ahead and look at those. Hi Ram Shastri, you're saying I'm 12th pass out, what should I do? You think you're in first year non-engineer, so it's good whatever you are reading or learning, try to UG itself so that you can score a good job, and once you have done that, after 1-2 years of experience, you can then take the call whether or not you want to do an MBA. Okay. Hi Subhashish, you're saying things are slow and dicey, what to do? In general, in life, in the world, yes, I think they are, and I think in the world overall, of course, things are going to be slow and dicey for a while because of the whole corona disease. So I think the only thing to do is try to improve yourself as much as possible. One thing that many people have started is, while staying at home, they've just started following a good and healthy not only diet but even daily exercising and things like that. So you can probably do that as well. Just try to identify one good hobby that you can spend your time in, so that that is one good thing that you can do. Okay. um Hi, Hi, Abhishek. You are saying I'm only able to get 3 answers right from given 5 in an RC. So probably those questions are in general difficult, or it is happening that you are maybe doing them in a very, like, in a haste, because you have already done 3 answers and you might not have as much time. So try to again look at the tips that I gave initially for VARC and also the 2 videos. They should help you. And if you feel one question is like extremely difficult, okay, then I think you can totally leave that question as well, instead of just doing that incorrectly, because that attracts negative marking, right? Hi Nivetha, you're saying, can you give some tips for those who are prepping themselves? So if you are doing self preparation, then I think one good idea is to, although I have covered this in the strategy videos that I gave for all the 3 different sections, but I think one good idea would be to look at the quantitative ability section, try to complete the entire syllabus first, and then give mocks, at least 2 mocks every week, because you're not really attending classes. So you need to identify what are your weak points, what are your weaknesses, weak sections, etc. Once you identify those, then you can try to give sectionals. You will need to have material. So you will need to either have like coaching institutes material, refreshers, or things like that. And apart from that, you will need to have access to mock tests and sectional tests. Okay. Hi Akshay, you're saying, can you tell me what are cultural differences between A, B, and C? Cultural differences per se, I think this, at least, I mean, from what I know of A and C, is that Ahmedabad is a little bit more focused on academics, because even in second year, our students in our batch used to study a lot more than people do in IIM Calcutta, for example. And I think that it majorly happens in the first year, at least because of the surprise quizzes that we have. So we have to continuously be on our tips. And of course, first year MBA is difficult in all the 3 different colleges. But from what I've heard, in the second year, even Bangalore students kind of get generally a 3-day weekend or things like that. And in Calcutta also, they have like a lot of fun events overall in their second year. So that is the major difference. Apart from that, Calcutta, I think, has the highest number of engineers per se. And Bangalore has the highest number of people with work experience. I think that these stats you can okay. Hi Shashwat, you're saying I'm scoring 110 to 120 in AIMCAT, CL and SIMCATs. How do I take my scores to 99 percentile? Good question. I think I'll create a video on how to go from 90 or 95 to 99. And apart from that, I think that the major point would again majorly be identify your weak points, okay? So if in quant you are doing silly mistakes, you have to improve those. If in LRDI you are facing an issue in the amount of time that you have, then you have to increase your speed overall and things like that. Okay. Hi Rahul, you're saying I'm scoring around 80 since last 5 mocks. How to improve? Again, something very similar. Hi Ronak, you're saying, is ISB worthwhile? Yes, ISB is totally worthwhile. I think that it's an excellent course. It is of course very expensive, but it saves 1 year of your life, and you can get really good placements from there as well. Hi Jagriti, you're saying something about IPM. IPM as in IPM Indore. So I think IPM is a good course to have if you're sure you want to go into like business administration field. And if you know, you can just, if you can just clear it after 12th, it's a great opportunity. You learn, you once you get to go into IIM Indore, so you have opportunities there. Secondly, in the third year, you are again allowed to give the CAT exam, so you can go into any other IIM as well. So that is also a really plus point. I think that it is a good course for anyone who is sure that they wanted to get into this. Hi Sushant. You're again asking me where can I practice LRDI from. So I have given one resource from myself. There are other resources as well. You can just identify any of them, and hopefully that is going to help you. Um, just one second. Okay. Uh, Hi Ankush, you're saying I'm facing a new problem in LRDI. I am unable to solve enough sets when I take mocks. but when I solve them again while analyzing, I'm able to solve them. So this is kind of the exam anxiety or the timer pressure. This is something that you're facing. So basically, Ankush, what you have to do is, even when you are doing it outside mocks, try to do it with a timer, okay? So that should help you. And when you do it with a timer, I mean, it should totally firstly help you get overcome the problem of the timer per se. And again, second thing, whenever you are giving mocks, firstly increase the number of mocks you are giving. And then whenever you are giving mocks, try to just simulate the exact cat environment. So the more mocks you give, the more accustomed you will be to that environment and the better you will perform. Okay. Okay, guys. Last around 5-10 minutes. Okay. Hi Shaurya. You're saying, how were there any guys in your batch in IMA who improved their mock score from 70, 75 till making it to A? Or mostly they had a good score in whole mock journey? I'm sure there would have been people. I do not recall having this conversation because we don't really talk about CAT scores over there. But I am sure that there would be people who, at least in the starting, got something like 75 or 80 and scored well. So, I mean, I myself know people who have scored like 75 and went to at least 90. So, that is something that happens. Hi, Tarmeen. You're saying I'm preparing for 2021, so I have to give 2019 or not? I don't know what you basically are asking, so just try to rephrase your question. Hi Shubha, you're saying I'm unable to solve quant moderate level sums, feeling very low due to that. So if you are able to solve like quant basic level sums, then the only thing that remains is essentially that after quant basics you have to practice a lot. You have to do timed practice, and that is what it takes for moderate. So just give like 1 week entirely for quantitative ability and do a lot of moderate level questions. I think that should totally help you. Hi Tushar, you're saying from tier 1 engineering college, low CGPA, no experience. Low CGPA will definitely get some kind of problem, but no experience should be okay. There are a lot of freshers who do get into these colleges, and again, low CGPA also you might get into colleges which focus a lot on percentile, for example FMS. So yeah. Hi Surbi, VARC I have discussed a lot, Surbi. So if you can just look at the different videos I have, or initially I had talked about it, or even on my website in the resources section, you can look at a few answers I have written on VARC and different strategies overall. So I think that should totally help you. Okay. Yeah, welcome Ayushi. Hi Sugandha, you're saying I'm not able to solve 12, 13 quant and LRDI questions and mocks, but when I analyze, I'm able to solve 10 questions more. I just answered this question like 2-3 questions back, so you can look at it. It is mostly happens because of timer pressure or exam anxiety. Hi Akash, 9.8, 92.8, GEM, no experience. What should be my percentile? I think 99.9 is something all GEM requires if you want to get into ABC. So that is that. Hi Rahul, you're saying make a video on from 100 to 150 plus. Yes, I'm planning to make a video on 90 to 99 percentile, things like that. So probably that should answer it as well. Hi Ayan, you're saying how do I manage things in B school? I'm currently studying in first year in a top 10 B school in India. That is excellent, Ayan. First of all, congratulations. And secondly, I have created a video on how to ace your MBA first few weeks. So just look at that video. That should totally give you some idea of how to manage things. Again, in MBA, what MBA is about is that it is about a lot of options, okay? So you will have like tons and tons of options in terms of academics, in terms of extracurriculars, sometimes case studies and so on. It is all about how you identify the right balance or the right time management in looking at what are the different things you will be doing, how will you manage time between those things and things like that. And I think you will totally be able to learn through this. So good luck for that. Hi Ajay, you're saying I'm forgetting concepts while solving questions, how to deal with it. I think solving more questions will definitely help you not forget things. And yeah, I think that is one thing. And Yeah, I think another point is when I tend to forget things, what I do is that I write down a lot. Okay, so when I write again and again, that is why I ask you to make that quantitative ability formula sheet yourself. So try to do that. Okay. Um, Hi Subha. Yes, I have already given a few revision tips. I am thinking that I will create this video in 1 week or two. So you should totally have that video. Okay. Hi Ritik, you're saying how to focus. How to focus is a big question. It requires removal of external distractions. Then it requires removal of internal distractions. So external you can probably do by some policing, by like asking your family to not disturb you, putting your phone overall in silent or in do not disturb mode, etc. But internal generally comes from determination, motivation, meditation probably a lot of times, and things like that. I think that I should create a video on that as well, so I will do that. um, Hi Abhishek. So I have answered the query of how to improve comprehension of passage in the second VARC video that I created, so you can totally go ahead and look at that. Hi Sharath, you're saying I'm taking CAT next year. I'm engineer graduate. Which type of job to take, MBA related or technical field? I think you can take any kind of job. It will not matter when you are going into an MBA college. All that will matter is your overall, work experience. It's a good thing to do a job in your core field because generally that helps you overall, because in the interview you can say that after doing my undergrad I did this job which was related. Okay. Hi Vindhya. You're saying please let us know how to deal with low mock scores as it generates a lot of stress. Okay, so let me create a video very soon on how to tackle with stress and how to tackle with low scores or demotivation in general. Okay. Okay guys, I think that I have a lot of questions now. I will just very quickly take like last two which are unique, and then you can apart from that look at my website, look at my overall different videos that are there in CAT prep series, and also join my Telegram group over there wherein you can just ask me questions. Good score in quants, Nirbhay, you can just look at previous things. Chandrika, you're saying what are things to do after filling CAT form? You have to prepare for the exam, okay? So after that, we'll see. Prateek, good test series, definitely the top series that everyone is mentioning. Kanika, can I clear CAT this year? Scoring 40 marks. Whatever you are scoring, okay, what you have to do is give your best this year. Whether you will clear it or not, you can get to know after the CAT exam, right? So worrying about it right now has no sense at all. Okay, so I think that is something you should definitely keep in mind and practice, and prepare as better as you can. If worrying helps you increase your marks, then probably do that, but I don't think that it does. Okay, so good luck. Vikram, I have answered quant. Hi Vaibhav, your question is answered already. Sharath, a lot of institutes are best. Yeah, you can just identify any top institute and you can just go ahead. Okay. Hi Tanu, you're saying reading 2 hours daily since 2 months, but accuracy is bad in VARC. Try to split that 2 hours into half an hour of reading and 1.5 hour of preparation, like doing RCs. Okay. Hi Astros, you're saying target is 2021 CAT, so have a year. Can you suggest pipeline? Timeline. Yeah, so I had created a video on preparing for CAT in 2021. You can look at that video, okay? Go ahead, it is there in CAT prep series. Hi Sugandha, you're saying should we read articles or just solving RCs? It's a good idea to have a good mix. So if you have like more than 2 hours for solving for just VARC, then probably do both, okay? Yeah, okay, Chandrika, so you're asking apart from preparing what you have to do. I don't think that there's anything particular you need to do. You can probably develop a habit of reading newspapers if you have enough time, okay? Hi, okay, Sugandha, I answered your question. Hi, Vikram, saying how to improve quant from scratch. So I have given this in my quantitative ability strategy video. You can go ahead and look at that. And guys, so that is it. This was amazing. This was a great session. I'm sorry for a little bit of lag. It generally, in case any of you guys are really good in website development or improving or doing things with website, you can connect with me on Telegram. I need a little bit of help in improving like the loading time of my website. So you can let me know over there. Apart from that, of course, let me know any kind of videos that I should make. I have definitely heard that you want a revision video, so I will create that. Anything apart from that, if you want me to create, you can again connect with me on Telegram or something like that, or you can just message or comment on any of my YouTube videos. I will answer that. And I hope that this was successful for you. So just let me know any kind of help you need otherwise, and do visit my website, provide me feedback, please. I think that is it from my side, guys. Thanks a lot for attending, and see you again soon. Bye bye.